called Voices in the Park by Anthony Browne. And this book is kind of different than a normal book. There are 4 different sections told by 4 different people. So there's 4 voices we're going to hear from telling the same story about a walk in the park. So what I want you to pay very close attention to is the pictures and maybe the characters that you see and what is staying the same between all the voices. First voice. It was time I take Victoria, our pedigree Labrador, and Charles, our son, for a walk. When we arrived at the park, I let Victoria off her leash. Immediately, some scruffy mongrel appeared and started bothering her. I shooed it off, but the horrible thing chased her all over the park. I ordered it to go away, but it took no notice of me whatsoever. Sit, I said to Charles. Here. I was just planning what we should have to eat that evening when I saw Charles had disappeared. Oh dear, where had he gone? You get some frightful types in the park these days. I called his name for what seemed like ages. Then I saw him talking to a very rough-looking child. Charles, come here. At once, I said. And come here, please, Victoria. We walked home in silence. Second voice. I needed to get out of the house, so me and Smudge took the dog to the park. He loves it there. I wish I had half the energy he's got. I settled on the bench and looked through the paper for a job. I know it's a waste of time, but you've got to have some hope, haven't you? Then it was time to go. Smudge cheered me up. She chatted happily to me all the way home. Third voice. I was at home on my own again. It's so boring. Then my mother said it was time for our walk. There was a very friendly dog in the park, and Victoria was having a great time. I wished I was. Do you want to come on the slide? A voice asked. It was a girl, unfortunately, but I went anyway. She was great on the slide. She went really fast. I was amazed. The 2 dogs raced around like old friends. The girl took off her coat and swung on the climbing bars, so I did the same. I'm good at climbing trees, so I showed her how I do it. She told me her name was Smudge. A funny name, I know, but she's nice. Then my mother caught us talking together, and I had to go home. Maybe Smudge will be there next time? The fourth voice. Dad had been really fed up, so I was happy when he said we could all take Albert to the park. Albert's always in such a hurry to be let off his leash. He went straight up to this nice dog and sniffed its backside. He always does that. Of course, the other dog didn't mind, but its owner was really angry. The silly twit. I got talking to this boy. He thought he was I thought he was kind of a wimp at first, but he's okay. We played on the seesaw and he didn't say much, but later on he was more friendly. We both burst out laughing when we saw Albert taking a swim. Then we all played on the bandstand and I felt really, really happy. Charlie picked a flower and gave it to me. Then his mom called him and said he had to go. He looked sad. When I got home, I put the flower in some water and I made Dad a nice cup of cocoa. You can kind of see the mug. And that is the end of Voices in the Park. So I wanted to flip back through the book and point out some of the silly things that are kind of in the pictures. So if this is the first voice, you can kind of see, looks almost like a queen or a princess is walking back there. The shadow over here by the dogs, this person right here, it looks like an alligator or a crocodile. This tree is on fire in the park. No one says anything about a tree being on fire. On the way to the park for the second voice, all of the paintings and the people are sad. And then on their way back from the park, you'll notice the people are they're alive now and the Santa is dancing. So it kind of shows how his mood changed. Also, there's a lamp that looks like a flower and King Kong up on top of the building. This hat is like reoccurring in all of these pictures. So it's the shadow here, the lamppost, the tree, and the clouds. You can see that hat shape throughout all of it. This one I think is kind of interesting. So there's nothing really crazy about it, but you can see the difference in their moods. So this sky is a little bit darker and cloudy. This guy is a little bit brighter. She seems a little bit more happier. He was saying how he was sad. And you can see their dogs on opposite sides too. The fence or the little gate kind of thing, little wall, you can see like faces facing either way right there in the pillars. Kind of interesting. So this is the fourth voice. So the little girl, and she kind of has like a good attitude. So her vision of the park looks a little bit brighter and more colorful. You can see there's a little crown here. This bush is like a strawberry. This looks like it has fruit or something on it. It's just brighter and more colorful. And when she sees the first voice, the mother of the boy, she even has brighter colors on her. If you look closely, you can even see it looks almost like rain coming from inside her hat. She's being rained on. And she has fruit for trees. There's lemons, orange, pear, peaches. Here are shaped like gorillas or monkeys. The figures in the fountain all have bathing suits on. And there's like a fish tank in the middle of it. It's kind of silly. Again, see the hat reoccurring here, and then in her little bandana and still in the shadow. You see the little hat again. And then on the mug, you see the dogs running at the very end too. So, that is it.